Welcome to the Fat Banter Sports Podcast. I am your one of your co-hosts, Ramsey. I'm here with
Kevin.
and joining us via on the interwebs. We got Mr. Randy, aka LSU, Lane
That's
State
right.
University.
Late State University, baby.
And while we say that, let's talk about the big coaching hire at LSU because this is a LSU heavy. Um, except for the Wyoming
So,
shirt.
Wyoming.
Uh,
Pokes. Let's go,
Except for
Pokes.
the cowboy right there.
for the Cowboys right there. Let's talk about LSU hiring Lane Kiffin, the biggest fish in the water. You want to say
The land of the summer, huh? The land of the winter, I guess.
yeah, the
The
head
be- the,
coaching,
the biggest
the
biggest
hot
fish.
commodity of the
he
carousel.
was he was the belle of the ball when it
Bell of the
came to the
ball.
carousel.
Yeah,
You
the ball.
had several different schools that were interested in him. Florida, for fact. Auburn was potentially a late contender in there. There's also rumor and innuendo that Penn State was maybe trying to make a run at him, or at least that's what Kiffin alluded to. And then also, of course, Ole Miss trying to see if they could retain his services. So it was definitely kind of crazy that Brian Kelly gets fired mid October. Pretty much from there up until the end of November, it was this will he, won't he dance that they were doing with Lane. Um, all kinds of interesting twists and turns in there, too, with Governor Landry basically coming out and acting a fool.
Governor Landry.
With the national media, basically saying that they weren't going to hire another coach with a ridiculous contract
You
like
gotta
BK got,
you gotta have
and
incentives.
then you woo Lane Kiffin away from Ole Miss with a fat, ridiculous, unrefutable contract. So
I don't think
I
it's a
guess some way,
ridiculous
somehow,
contract.
we were able to find some tax money that was able to go to
Yeah,
I
paying
don't
his salary.
I don't think that contract
they found it
is
somewhere, didn't they?
ridiculous. Contract's not ridiculous though. It actually
Seven years, 90 million.
That's not ridiculous because it is a low buyout. If more the more he wins, the lower if he does not win in a consistent basis, his buyout is real gets to be lower and
Yeah,
lower
it
and
gets
lower.
lower. Yeah.
So it's very incentive. But I'm like I think the thing that screams crazy on the contract was that they're going to give him his bonuses for Ole Miss when if they win in the playoffs, he's going to get the bonuses. Which I was like, that's fucking crazy,
Yeah.
but
I,
that's
I
awesome
mean,
too.
how nice is it to get $1 million bonus if Ole Miss wins the national championship? Not LSU,
Ole
Ole
Miss.
Miss.
So
Like,
like he's gonna
crazy. The fact that LSU was going to cover the cost for him to sell his house in Oxford. But not only that, they were going to give him, I think it was up to 500,000 for his new home in Baton Rouge.
Dang.
I mean, it was like, dude, like incentive upon incentive. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind it because if Lane Kiffin was your guy from the word jump, you went out and you got your guy. It wasn't a situation with Brian Kelly where reality was they had their sights set on Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley fucked off from Oklahoma to go to USC. And so then you had to do a quick about face and go and get Brian Kelly, which that was still a seismic move when it happened. Um, Also, another similarity or similar situation to that, whenever Les Miles was fired, and for all intents and purposes, up until the 11th hour, Tom Herman was going to be the next head coach at LSU. Tom Herman then jumps and takes the Texas job. In less than 24 hours, they're rushing Ed Ogeron to the freaking podium to announce him as the new head coach of LSU. So I will give credit where credit is
It worked
due.
out.
They put
That worked
Verge
out.
in a position of power as the athletic director, and they were like, we are going to let you go out there and get our next head coach. He identified his guy. He threw the freaking house at him, and he got him.
Got it.
There was no I mean, there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Lane was the guy. They got their guy. Was he
Yeah,
my guy? No.
no,
That wasn't who I initially wanted for the job. But because like, let's be real here. I didn't think that Lane would leave Ole Miss in the middle of a playoff run.
You know, I didn't think so either. I thought they would at least
But
wait till the end of the year.
the allure of LSU was too great, and the fact that you have coaches like Nick Saban, Pete Carroll, and a lot of other influential people that have history with his father, Monty Kiffin, telling him that, you would be foolish not to jump on this because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Um, you know, I just like to say thank you to all those guys
Yep,
for getting in his ear,
making
pushing
sense.
him to the boot. And I think if you haven't forgiven Nick Saban yet for all those years coaching at Alabama, beating us down, I think you sure as hell can thank him for helping get Lane Kiffin here. But
well,
I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let y'all talk for a second.
well, my first choice was Eric Morris, the North Texas head coach, because he has taken more the quarterbacks that's in his QB tree is just ridiculous. Um, it goes back to Texas Tech and Patrick Mahomes. He finding a 0 star in Cam Ward, bringing him to Incarnate Word in San Antonio, then bringing him to Oregon State, and him becoming the number one draft pick in the draft. His quarterback recently at North Texas was like the leading passer in college. He's a 0 star, so like he knows how to develop quarterbacks, which in all cases is kind of LSU's besides Joe Burrow and J-
Jaden
Daniels,
Daniels.
because transfers LSU cannot establish a quarterbacks. So I thought that was a big thing. Or Winningham of at
Di- I,
Arizona State. Arizona
I was gonna
State.
say Dillingham
Yeah, I
of
do
Arizona
like
Arizona
him.
State.
State.
That was my initial, like, if we were gonna go after somebody, he was gonna be my first choice. If not Dillingham, then you maybe look at Summerall, at Tulane, or even like if you could throw the book at Dan Lanning and convince him to leave Oregon, which that's a pipe dream.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
even
But
think of
even
Dan
that, I
Lanning.
think would have been a good selection
I would.
Dan
too.
Yeah, I
Lanning
would
was
have
not
been that. I
much.
would have
I
go
wouldn't even
there with him.
touch Dan Lanning, but I think I give Kentucky one of the greatest grades for coaching hires. Will Stein would have been the one for me.
That would have been a hell of
That
a
would have
pickup.
been the pickup. But I think Lane Kiffin won even better because now he gets here, but then he gets to keep the defensive staff intact too,
Yes, that
and
that
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 is
is
the
a
biggest
major.
key.
No, that was a major plus because I'm not gonna lie, I thought Blake Baker was going home to Tulane. As soon as Pat Summerall took the Florida job, if you have aspirations of being a head coach, not necessarily a bad thing for your first head coaching gig to be at your alma mater. I know he maybe has dreams of coaching in the group of four. Who wouldn't? But I mean, if you wanted to go out there and establish a name, establish yourself, you do have kind of a good foundation, at least now with the position that Tulane is in. It would have made sense for him to go home. But now with him staying at LSU, you keep one of the major strengths that you had this past season from a coaching perspective intact, and it can only make his resume that much better if LSU goes on to have success over the coming years. So, not necessarily a bad move for Blake Baker. You said that really his family was a deciding factor in him staying,
Yeah, it was
as
just too
well
many
as a lot
moves.
of the players that he helped recruit to LSU. Felt like he would be letting them down if he left. So,
Also, let's be honest. Let's be honest with this. Defense coordinator at LSU and the head coaching job at Tulane is a lateral move.
Maybe even less.
Yes,
I
but I
wouldn't even
also,
step
if the
down.
It
rumor and
is.
innuendo is true, because let's not forget, aside from Tulane, Memphis was also
Memphis did offer him.
trying to interview Blake Baker for their head coaching
They
position.
offered. They offered before the interview. They offered.
Well, yeah, they offered, but the money that both Tulane and Memphis were offering were considerably less
Yeah.
than what he would have been making as defensive coordinator at LSU. And the fact that LSU threw an extra $1 million a year on top of that for Blake Baker to keep him. Yeah, I mean, like to me, I know he said family, commitment to players, etc. That was probably one of the bigger deciding factors in the decision.
A
It
million
feels
dollar
like
raise? It's never bad.
I feel like
Do the
Tulane
same thing you were
lost
doing.
double time this off season because they lose their head coach Summerall to Florida, but then their own alumni said no. They try to give him a hometown discount. Like they try to get themselves a hometown discount. Be like nah, dude, you can't. You're yeah, you're Tulane, but just remember, you get this for out of you get a playoff bid for spite, but not a you're not a program still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fact that they made the playoff since they expanded it before LSU.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they have been there in the playoff. They are. LSU has not made that yet.
So let's for before we transition to the playoffs, Kevin,
Playoffs
what's your thoughts on Lane?
on Lane. Oh, I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna knock it out the park. National championship in the first, maybe one, maybe two, in the first 5 years. That's
I
crazy to
won't say
say.
the first year.
I say,
Yes,
no. The way they've started off, he already got the number one recruit, and he's probably gonna have the number one class in recruiting.
no,
And
he doesn't.
uh,
They got
tri-
12. They have only 14 recruits now. They're the 12th in the nation, but the 14 that they have
well, let's say
are
top
Are damn
highly
a
are
top
damn
10,
strong.
or
a top 10.
is like highly rated athletes.
Yeah,
Now, when
The
you get into
Just the defensive linemen that they've gotten in this recruiting class is astounding. It's one of the best defensive line recruiting classes
of all time,
in the country by
and
far.
if he got talent on the defense side of the ball, you know he's gonna make the offense good. You know the offense, he's gonna bring in the offense, and he's gonna make the players, and plus he may get a lot of the kids from Ole Miss too, which is a
Well,
playoff team.
you also have to realize this too. I mean, this is the early signing period, so we
Yeah,
still have time,
yeah,
if anything, to maybe sway some people over to LSU.
and
As the signing period when the signing period
and the
comes back up
portal.
again. But also his transfer portal game. If you look at why Ole Miss has been as good as it's been the last few
transfers.
seasons,
Yeah,
it's because of how hard Lane Kiffin hits the transfer portal.
yeah,
He knows how to identify the players that will work in his system, and he goes out and he gets them. Hell, he gets a Division II quarterback to come in this year, ride the bench, who ends up getting to start due to injury to the original starter Austin Simmons, and that player ends up supplanting him as being the starting quarterback. That's Trinidad Chambliss. And there's a question that possibly after the season's over, does Trinidad maybe transfer to LSU?
yeah.
Does Austin Simmons, who was benched because of Trinidad Chambliss' success, does he end up coming to LSU? And I mean, we can talk about the transfer class and like potential options that are out there, shortly. But it's when you combine his efforts in recruiting, at least keeping this class intact, um, the fact that he's already got some of these transfers as identifying to go to Ole Miss, ready to follow him to LSU. It's going to be very interesting to see what this roster makeup is going to be once we get to January, because he's going to have a damn strong class by the time it's all said and done. And
Damn
again,
strong.
if it's been proven that Lane has been able to have successful offenses, whether is at Alabama, FAU, Ole Miss, he is going to bring that. And so, keeping the defensive staff was a big coup. Players that he's going to be bringing in is major. I'm excited
I'm
for next
excited too.
season. You could already see the excitement amongst the fan base in general. with the way that season ticket sales have skyrocketed. So it's definitely good for the sport
I'm
for
excited.
us.
I'm excited too.
I just think you got to pump the brakes for next year. I think it's the second year you should get really, really excited for. Um, but with that too, Randy, as a alumni of LSU, do you trust him?
Mm, mm,
So honestly, the the only question that could come up is what college football program would be a bigger profile than LSU? You can think like Ohio State,
Ohio
Michigan,
State, Michigan.
um, maybe Texas. I mean Texas, but I mean, like, look, like if one of those jobs come open, and I know Michigan has, and we can discuss that in a second. You wonder if you would potentially make a jump to a school like that. But at the same point in time, I also feel like an LSU can give you what those schools give you.
Yeah.
And if anything, you can make an even bigger name for yourself by being the only coach at LSU to win more than one national championship. Because yeah, there was a talk about all these coaches that have won a national championship within 3 years of becoming the head coach, starting with Saban. Um, I think that Les Miles and Ed Ogeron have less acumen from an X's and O's standpoint than Lane Kiffin. But like if Lane were to come here and win multiple championships, you could create a legacy here at LSU that's unmatched elsewhere. I mean, you have several Texas coaches that have won multiple national championships. Same thing with like Michigan, Ohio State. Can't say that about LSU. You could become a legend, Saban esque at LSU. Now, if he wants to potentially try his hand at the NFL again, that's where I'd maybe be worried about him making a jump for that.
Kevin?
Yeah. I I think I mean NFL is always in play. NFL is always in play, and I really don't think you get bigger than LSU right now. The LSU is the pinnacle. Uh, I didn't think it was, but the way he left Ole Miss, that that seems to be
I'll put it to you like I'll
LSU's
put
the
it to you
shit
like
now.
this. And I think the big excitement is that a coach like Lane Kiffin brings swagger to the program.
Yeah,
And I kind of feel like that's something that's been missing since Ed Ogeron.
yeah,
I mean, like Kelly was about as milk toast could be. And anytime he tried to show any kind of enthusiasm,
yeah. He
it
got
felt
slammed for
forced.
yeah. It fell
Lane
flat too.
Kiffin brings big dick energy back to LSU. Um,
That's
and
weird.
like from that, well, I mean, like, but it's true though.
You're right. You are right. You're
No,
right. But that's a
he's
strange way to say it.
he's the closest coach in college football since Jimmy. That's similar to Jimmy Johnson.
Uh huh.
He's the
Yep.
coach on the
Yeah.
sideline that have two his middle fingers out, and just like make a play calling and
Yeah. Belt to ass.
just be like he's gonna call it and he's gonna celebrate before the ball is in the
Yeah,
air.
he's throwing
He
his
already
play
knows it's a
card in the
touchdown.
crane in the
So
stands. That was hilarious.
he
I
has
was like, damn.
he has that swagger. I always thought he would be a great fit in Miami because that's that swagger that's the you
The you,
mentality.
yeah.
Um, but it's the only university outside of Miami that's like that is LSU that has that
Mm-hmm.
swagger because
Yeah.
man the look LSU fans are kind of like nutcases.
Yeah.
Uh,
The
it's a
you know
nutcase.
it's
Pretty,
legendary.
it's a pretty
The,
rabid fan base.
Yeah,
yeah. The
it's
Tiger Stadium at night.
the lore
It's
and
because you know
everything,
people are getting liquored up. That's
and then the
crazy.
fans are just savage. So it just it's just a perfect fit. But like with like, I don't think he's going to the NFL because I think what Saban you have to listen to what Saban's been saying since October about LSU.
Hmm.
and he's been saying all the things he's been saying. He wished he never left for the
Mm-hmm.
NFL.
Yeah.
He wished he could have stayed here. He's been saying this over and over
Yeah.
and
He
over
has.
again. And Lane did call Saban and did talk to him about what should he do and ask for advice. And Saban's like, "Look, that's the job, you
It's,
know."
it is the job.
And I don't.
It is the job.
I think, and if there is that next step, if he is NFL does come calling, I think he's going to go back to Saban, and Saban's going to like, "Do you have a good? Don't leave."
Yeah.
And he goes
Because
because he already had that itch, and he
Yeah,
got it. He got the worst. He got the worst situation in the NFL in being the head coach of the Oakland Raiders.
yeah. So if that put the fear of God in him about trying his hand at the NFL again, then hey, they say everything happens for a reason, right?
yeah.
So if that scares him off from the NFL altogether, great. Because like realistically, I don't see another college school that he would leave for. I mean, he already had the job at USC, didn't keep it, and that's a bag that we can unpack on a different show. Um, the schools that I mentioned before, those would be the only ones that I could legitimately see him jumping down the road to.
I could see
But
maybe.
even then, like LSU can give you, from a resource standpoint, everything that those schools can too.
I think
So
the only one that can compete with is Oregon, probably.
No,
Oregon can. Well, Oregon can
I think,
get.
well,
They
he's
got
not.
that Nike
again, like
money.
what
He's not.
what made the LSU job so attractive, and this is
So
basically what Saban pointed out, was that like when you look at the number of high school recruits that come out of the state of Louisiana
Yeah.
that ultimately end up
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
to
They
the
can't. Yeah. They
NFL,
can't fuck with them
it's
on that level.
all
No.
you have to do is put a fence around Louisiana.
Yeah.
You might not be able to keep 100% of the talent. If you could keep 80 to 90% of said talent,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
still,
You
in the
could.
age of NIL, can go across the country and pick and choose the players that you want that fit your system. That is the absolute best case scenario. Um, like Ohio State's able to find talented players, but you're not having the athletes come out of Ohio on a regular basis like you do out of Louisiana.
Yeah. You're
so
right about that. Per capita.
so Kev, you said Nike money.
Nike
Well,
money is
LSU's
a
the
real thing.
first university outside of Oregon
Oh
that
yeah.
Nike made
Yeah. Nike deals, right?
a deal with. So the Nike money is going to be there.
Yeah.
There's so many like the things, but like, and it's not even Saban. Like Saban took that footprint, and this is why LSU is so easy to. It's so easy to win it at LSU because Jerry Donardo came in and fixed all that problems. He was like, got to rope off the state of Louisiana, and that's what Donardo started it doing. And that blueprint still to this day is the blueprint how
To
to
this
win at
day.
LSU.
But Saban even said though that like he noticed it when he was still coaching in the NFL, just the amount of talent that came out of Louisiana. And when he was at Michigan State and was offered the LSU job, he already knew that from doing his analysis when he was with the Cleveland
And the
Browns.
Browns.
Hmm.
So it was like, yeah, I'm gonna jump at that. Why wouldn't you?
But see, like LSU with Donardo, and I think a lot of fans don't give Donardo his roses.
No, they don't. No, they do not.
Uh, I'm
They
not
don't.
saying because he recruited me and then Saban took my scholarship away. I'm not saying that, but but Donardo, he, Kevin Falk was number one recruit, and they were like, we can't lose him, and
Hmm.
he just said, yeah, we're gonna tape off the state, and we're gonna keep these players in house, and then we're gonna win from there. And then Saban came in and established the recruiting dominance in Florida, and Les Miles went into Texas and made Texas. LSU, like Ole Miss, I think is kind of like they were like the fans are enraged. Like, why would you leave for us for LSU? We're the same. No, you're not.
Mm-mm.
Because you ain't gonna get that talent in Mississippi. But LSU and in recruiting, that's why he was great on the transfer portal. He was great in the transfer portal and helped Ole Miss. But like now he can get that transfer portal, the easy transfer portal that he does it so easy. But then he can actually recruit. and just not recruit. You could recruit Louisiana, but then you got branches into Texas. You got branches in Florida. You got branches. It's a nationwide university. It's like it's on the same par with Ohio State and Alabama. It's a nationwide university. You're going to get everybody from every parts of the country.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's. I don't think he'll go to the NFL. I don't think he'll leave because I think his mentor. Saban means so much to his what he says that I don't think he will leave LSU. I think it's gonna. It's a. I think it's a great partnership. It's just going to wait to see. It's just going to be
I think
exciting. Year two is
I
going to be
think
the year.
there's a good chance. I mean, I think there's a good chance that he is going to be here as long as he wants to be, or as long as his winning percentage permits him to be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
Mm-hmm.
it's his job to lose. I'll put it that way.
unless we get another crazy ass governor that wants to put his nose in the business.
Or we have a Sharon Moore situation, which
Yeah.
well,
You never know.
you wanna you wanna go ahead and just jump right into that before we get to the
Yeah,
playoffs.
let's get into that. Yeah, it's
Y'all seem to know more about
That's what
that.
we call a segue in the
I didn't.
business, boys and girls.
it's 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 crazy. At 39, you had your dream job,
Handed to
and
you. You had your dream job handed to you.
I don't think he had. He didn't have
I mean, he
handed
worked
to him.
for it. Yeah, he worked for it. He was under, but he didn't have to interview for it, or did he? I don't remember any interviews.
I'm
I remember
pretty
Tim
sure. I'm
Harbaugh.
pretty sure that
Uh,
they had to go through some kind of process to.
When he was hired. He was the coach. He was the coach in waiting. That that was the purpose of the
Yeah.
hire. Like they had a plan and they believed in Jim Harbaugh and that's what they were going to go through. Um, but at 39, he's out of coaching and probably done his coaching career is
yeah,
probably pretty
nobody's
much
gonna
over
touch
with.
him. Gosh, that's
He's
crazy.
he's gonna have to
As
he's
a
gonna
head
have to
coach, I
take a
think.
few seasons to rehab his image, and then he might be able to get back into coaching in a couple of years at like a lower division school and kind of
Yeah,
work his way back up again
he can
if
go.
he so if he so chooses to go that route. Um, but yeah, just we were gonna try peel back the curtain a little bit. We were gonna try to record this podcast a few days ago. Had some technical issues, and then while that was all going on was when this news was breaking
Yeah, that would have been
with Sharon Moore. So in a way, it was kind of a good thing because it allowed us to get a beat to get all the facts.
it was still a developing story. That's
And it's still
Still
developing
developing.
yeah,
too.
still developing. Yeah,
Still some things that are alleged, and then other things that have been reported to be true. Um, but the whole situation is just crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, it's one of those you could put it in the halls of at least he didn't have his girl the cheat the other woman on the motorcycle.
That was Petrino.
Yeah,
At least he didn't visit strip clubs around the city and on stripper boats outside in the Gulf in Tampa,
Mike
Florida.
Price.
I mean, it's one of those things. Is like,
one of those crazy college coaching stories.
I
yeah,
mean,
but it's
Just
also it's like
crazy.
it comes to the worst time for Michigan because Ohio State looked so unstoppable this whole season, even though they didn't play hardly anybody. Um, that soft freaking Big Ten. Um, but now you gotta go through a coaching search late in the season where all the good hires are gone, and now you're pretty much going to have like a season where you're it's up in the air. Your quarterback,
It's gone.
no,
not yet. No,
he's going
Not
to wait
yet.
to
he
see he's going to wait to see who's the next head coach and
mhm.
determine that because then if not, then he's in play for LSU because he was committed to LSU for a whole year
Oh yeah, he
before
was.
Michigan just threw all that money. I'm sorry, DuPont threw all that money to him.
Dog, when you getting
DuPont money.
how household cleaners, like getting household cleaners are like with BYU crumble cookie. They had to step in. You know,
So it's
you
bad
be
timing
getting
for Mich.
brands to step in for you.
Well, we got Raising Cane's.
They're Raising Cane's, yeah.
He's gonna be the future
Yeah, we
owner
got
of the
Todd
Saints.
Graves, baby. Dude, pretty sure it was Todd Graves throwing up that money to help pay for the Brian Kelly buyout.
The
Shit.
yeah, and the jet fuel back and forth to Mississippi to
Mm-hmm.
Oxford.
Look,
Yeah, pretty sure Todd Graves was the one that was sending those 2 jets for Lane and his coaching
Yeah,
staff.
the two jets. They
look,
had
I
a
believe
stock with chicken fingers on it.
I believe Todd Graves is probably going to be the next Saints owner whenever that time comes. But yeah, it's bad. It's a bad situation for Michigan just for timing to look for a new head coach. I think that's the worst thing for those kids. Like everything that's going on, like the coach did not have the benefit of the program, nor the kids, and it's just ridiculous. I'm pretty much done
I
with
mean,
it. Once
you know,
when I read into it, after I read it, I was like, no, I'm kind of done with this. We could just put this shit to bed. It's going to be a bad situation.
like there were rumor and innuendo that was floating around before the Ohio State game. Then you got your shit pushed in by Ohio State. Those rumblings started getting a little louder, and you started to see it blow up on Twitter or X. You started seeing it blow up all over. Then 2 weeks go by while Michigan does an investigation. Word comes out, they fire Sharon Moore with cause. And then just everything that happened after that, it's brutal. Especially when you see the news and then several hours later you see, oh shit, he's arrested, he's in custody.
Yeah.
What happened? And then eventually word gets out of what went down, with the wife, and then with the mistress, and then with everything else. So it's just crazy. But I mean, look, at the end of the day, let this be a lesson to head coaches or even just like people in general in
Yeah,
life.
just married men.
Sharon
Or
Moore broke the cardinal rule: you don't shit
where
where
you
you
eat.
eat.
Come on, say it again, Randy.
You don't shit where you eat.
I think that's number 2 cardinal rule.
Number 2.
Oh,
Number
what's the number 1 cardinal rule
you don't
there,
talk about
Rich?
Fight Club.
No, I can't say it. He can say it.
Um, what is it? What is it?
Do you want to give him a hint?
Yeah.
Oh, he wrote it down for you.
Let me see. Where we at? Hold on. Let me just put it like.
Which you never do, Kevin.
Oh, ha! No white women. Yep. I mean,
Okay.
that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Another black man being brought down by a white woman.
Oh man,
woman,
yeah.
right?
Best for me not to comment on that
Good.
one.
You didn't know it was a white woman, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did. I saw one picture, and I was like, and you always be like,
God damn it!
Like, what did he?
You fall down that rabbit hole.
And then he was
Just as a refresher.
about to kill himself. There we go. Yep. There we go. Yep. That fits. That's not a surprise.
Should have gone for a brunette, maybe. I don't know.
That's not a surprise. Not at all.
White women are black men's kryptonite.
Kryptonite.
But you also wanted to talk about the playoffs. Should we go ahead and transition to that? Unless you got anything more to add there, Big Kev.
Go on. Playoffs.
Yeah, let's start with the playoffs. Oh shit.
Well, the playoffs didn't come with any less controversy than they have it's probably the most controversial playoff bracket we've ever had.
Where's controversy in this? I don't see the controversy.
Well, We
I
didn't
don't see
have
the controversy.
the heavy hitters that we usually have in there.
It's very with the controversy of Notre Dame not making it.
Yeah, exactly.
They lost to
I don't
Miami.
The Notre
It
Dame.
was a head up.
I don't
Miami beating Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I don't think that
Out.
there's any controversy in Notre Dame being left out because to be honest, they were ranked too fucking high for too many weeks to begin with. Um
That's
so
true.
so you look at two teams that finished in the top 12 of the CFP, Texas A&M, Miami. Notre Dame played them first 2 weeks of the season. They lost to both of those schools. Did they play anybody else in that top 12? No. Did Notre Dame play any team that finished in the top 25? Maybe USC?
USC.
How many of
That's
those
it.
teams did
And
Alabama
Pitt.
play and beat? I know they're 9-3, but from a strength of schedule standpoint and a resume standpoint, you take the win loss out of it. Alabama has a better resume than Notre Dame. Hell, even Miami has a better resume than Notre Dame. Same record. Oh, by the way, Miami beat Notre Dame. So the fact that Notre Dame was ranked ahead of Miami in those CFP polls the last few weeks of the regular season was fucking stupid. And their excuse of like, oh well, you had BYU sandwiched in between them, and so that's what
But
made our decision
okay,
there.
but you're looking at this logically. College football has never been logical.
No, no. What's not logic is what Notre Dame is supposed to be a school of scholars, right? Supposed to be a smart school, right?
Yeah,
So the CFP poll is said that none of this is not a true ranking until the
the last
final
one.
ranking.
Yeah. So why put it out?
I agree. They should not put out a poll every week. They should not put a ranking every week. That's
They should
misleading.
they shouldn't put polls out until middle of the season at the earliest. Now,
I
granted, you're
agree.
never you're never going to do that because you want to have that hype
That
early season. Oh, one
Mm-hmm.
versus two,
One
or
versus two. Yeah.
you want to build that hype.
Ohio
But the
State,
fact that
Texas.
we do these CFP ranking shows, it draws ratings, and that's why we are going to have those shows in perpetuity because it draws ratings. It's big money for ESPN to sell sponsorships, so
Mm-hmm.
they're going to do it. I agree. If we're going to do a poll that's a determining factor, we should have them until the end of conference championships. But the world we live in, and the fact that Notre Dame is now guaranteed if they finish in the top 13 if it expands, or the top 14 if it expands, that they're going to be guaranteed a spot in, or they're going to make sure that they get in the next time if this situation pops up. I'm glad to see a lot of these other conferences step up and say that's
No.
bullshit. They need to grow the fuck up and they need to join a conference.
What got me was they start going after the ACC and being like, because ACC starts airing the Miami Notre Dame game on the ACC network on loop before the championship game, and they're like, well,
That was a
they
good game,
felt
though.
they felt they felt like slighted that the ACC was making a campaign to Miami over Notre Dame, and I'm like, what are you supposed to do? Are they supposed to go? Yes, put a Notre Dame in. Is that $4 million going? Anything going to that go to the ACC? No. So you're mad at the ACC to promote the school that the only way they can get money in for for them and other schools is to promote Miami. What's the problem here? Notre Dame is delusional. Let's get this out. The day of being independent is over. You need to be in a conference.
Yeah.
It's time.
But
It's
with that
time.
independence, they also get their own rights. They only their own TV rights, which
I
is
understand
a
that.
lot of money. A
No,
lot
well,
of money.
understand that, but at the same point in time, if you want to play with the big boys
They're
in
not.
today's day and
They
age,
are not
you
going to
need
sign
to
up to a
get with the fucking
conference.
program. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Notre Dame is in the ACC for every fucking sport except for football. And oh, we play 5 ACC teams every season on our football schedule, and that meets our quota with our little conference alignment thing that we have. Fact of the matter is, the 5 ACC teams that they played, or excuse me, the 4 other ACC teams that they played outside of Miami
No.
fucking
No.
sucked.
They played 6 this year. Miami did not count as an ACC opponent.
Oh, well, pardon me. Then the 5 other ACC teams that they played were fucking garbage.
Yes.
Garbage.
Yes. When they were promoting, they beat Syracuse 77-0. Syracuse only won 2 games. They're like,
Yeah, man.
Serious
Oh,
trash.
watch out now. Bad
Remember
man here.
The coach had Syracuse running sprints after the game. Remember that? They had him suck because they played so terrible.
look, to me, like,
Come on, Syracuse.
I was
Black
telling
coach.
to Kevin, I go,
That's me. Hi everybody.
I was telling this guy. I said earlier, I was like, if it was up to me, Notre Dame Miami won't be in the playoffs. Because I have no problem with Miami's resume. You play in the ACC, your champion did not make was not even eligible for the fucking playoffs. So if your
Well,
champion,
the ACC though is a fucking joke to begin with. That's
I
The ACC
that's
agree.
a topic. That's
It's
a
a-
topic for another
That's a
discussion.
But
basketball conference.
I believe, but it ties into this discussion. Like, I would have kept them off because if I pull up, let me see if I can do this without fucking anything up. Let's play.
Now, we'll give you a separate argument, but we'll finish this Notre Dame argument, and then we can jump to that.
All right. I have on the screen blind resume. What team do you think? I'm missing a team. Oh shit! Can you see the whole chart?
I mean, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that's all of them.
All right. So when you see this, you see the blind resume, right? At all of those, who do you think should be in the playoffs? These are just the top 25 AP team, the AP top 25 teams. And for a quick second, I gotta pause the record real quick.
And we're back.
So we had a little technical issues with the chart and everything, but the blind resume, like there's a couple blind resumes that I had on there that was I would
They
say
showed the
We're trying
records.
to illustrate your point of the teams that we were discussing who had the better blind resume.
Yeah.
And you can see that Notre Dame's was shit.
Like Notre Dame and Miami. If you look like Kevin picked, I showed it beforehand. Kevin actually picked Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, and Alabama as the 3 teams that would be in the playoff. So he chose Vanderbilt over all the teams.
I thought Vanderbilt should have made it myself though, because I like Diego, the quarterback, Diego Pavia. I don't think he's gonna make it in the league. He'll probably play 2 weeks once he gets smashed. But I think he's a great football player.
When we start talking about the draft, because I think he's going to sue the NCAA again and get another year as eligibility. I think
This is the way.
that's what I think. That's hey, just sue and get another year.
Shit, TJ Finley's about to try to seek another year of availability, go to a 7th school, 8th school. Shit.
Yeah, that dude's been everywhere.
Finley, who's he play for now? I know that name. Who does he?
Division 1.
His first. You never forget your first. This was his first.
LSU. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Then he went to Auburn. Then UCF.
He was at Tulane. He was
Jackson State.
Jacksonville State. I don't know where he's at now.
I think he was maybe at like a Central Kentucky or some shit at one point. I mean, dude's been everywhere, man.
Yes.
He's going for all the colors of the rainbow.
Let's see where he's at. Georgia State.
Georgia State, Atlanta.
God
That
damn.
makes sense.
Damn.
Dude.
But what's in the CFP? We got two group of six conference champions because the ACC was so terrible that they couldn't even make the, the football playoffs. So we got number 12 James Madison University. We got number 11
The
Tulane.
Dukes?
The Dukes, yep.
The Dukes.
Number 11 Tulane. The 10th ranked Miami. 9 ranked Alabama. 8 ranked Oklahoma. 7 ranked Texas Tech. 6 ranked Ole Miss. 5th ranked Oregon.
4 Texas Tech, 3 Georgia, 2 Ohio State, 1 Indiana.
I messed up on 7. 7 was Texas A&M, not Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so those are the things. Look, the SEC got their 5 in. That was the whole goal for the whole year, was to strive for 5.
Mm-hmm.
Succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
Think they should have had 6. I think maybe 7.
Yeah.
The SEC was just so strong. They just beat up on each other so much that was like the core of the thing.
Which is the case every year.
Yep.
That's not true because last year the Big Ten was a little bit better than the SEC.
Real quick, I'll throw this out there because, like I said before, you pulled up the chart. I was like, I have a counterpoint to the whole Miami and Notre Dame discussion when it comes to Alabama. The fact that the committee said that they were not going to hold it against Alabama, the fact that they played a conference championship and they lost, but BYU went 11-1, lost in their conference championship, it got knocked out of the rankings. Not advocating for BYU, I'm just saying the argument that they made in keeping Alabama at that 9th spot contradicts what they ended up doing with BYU. But that's like I said, discussion for another day, perhaps.
Yeah, but the Big 12 isn't the SEC though. We know that. The Big 12.
Well, but again, like you could also make the case with BYU that their overall strength of schedule wasn't as good compared to the resume that Alabama put forth.
No, they didn't, because BYU had only 3 ranked opponents all season. The two against Texas Tech. Notre Dame had 4.
Utah.
Notre Dame had 4 opponents in the top 25, and they went 2-2. Alabama had 5 and went 3-2 against the top 25. The resume, that's what I said. Like, if you look at the resume, BYU, Texas, Vanderbilt all had a case to be ahead of Notre Dame and Miami. And we go back to when Miami lost those 2 games. Funny how Clemson lost 2 games in a row. Got put out of the top 25. It got funny that every team who lost 2 games in a row got put out of the top 25, but Notre Dame never did.
Yeah, the fact that the lowest that Notre Dame dropped was, I think, like 23.
24.
24. Yeah, I mean, like,
it's
laughable. What other team would start the season 0-2 after being ranked so high and still stay in the top 25? That's crazy. No other school but Notre Dame. Yeah, and you knew that Notre Dame wasn't going to play anybody else the rest of the fucking season.
We're missing the elephant in the room. This is Notre Dame we're talking about. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame hadn't been fucking Notre Dame since Lou Holtz, dragged his happy ass across the field and they won a national championship in, what was that, 88?
88.
Yeah, they haven't fucking been relevant since then.
I don't know.
Facts. Facts.
They've been in several championship games.
Relevant?
Yeah.
No. No, you want to see Notre Dame? Relevant for Notre Dame is winning national championships.
Yeah.
That's the history of Notre Dame.
Yeah, I get it.
They have not been relevant.
But
do I need to remind you, Big Kev, of what happened to Notre Dame when they played Alabama in the national championship back in the BCS era?
I remember.
That
Oh,
was the
and
most epic of ass whippings anybody's ever
I
seen.
don't even
And
like
I
Notre
lived
Dame.
through 21-0 losing to Alabama.
I don't even like Notre Dame. Like I can never watch another Notre Dame game again in the rest of my life. But they're going to be on TV every week, and they're going to be talked about every week
That's
because
great.
they're
They
they're the
they have
Cowboys.
their
They're the
rightful
Cowboys of
place.
college. How about
They
that?
have
They're
their
the Dallas
rightful place
Cowboys.
in college football history in the fucking Smithsonian, where the lore of Notre Dame fucking belongs, because that's what it is. It's ancient fucking history.
Ancient
Do
history.
something relevant in the fucking 21st century, and then we can sit there and say, oh, Notre Dame means something. But the fucking galloping ghost,
The
fucking
Newt Rockney,
all of that shit,
Rudy.
Newt Rockney,
That's
win one for the Gipper. That's
yeah,
all fucking ancient history,
yeah. But
not relevant to the modern day.
it's college history. It's college football history though.
Yeah, but it's not
It's
relevant for today.
it's not relevant. I agree with
And
you.
they're on the wrong side.
I'm not.
They're
But
on the wrong side. But you're saying that it's Notre Dame, but they're on
but
the
it's
wrong side of this because what's going to happen is the SEC and the Big Ten runs things,
yeah.
and so
Oh, I know.
when this playoff gets on, SEC wants SEC. They want to go to 24. If they go to 24 teams, they want 8 teams each for the fucking SEC and the Big Ten. So that's 16 teams just from those two conferences on its own. It's telling Notre Dame you need to join a conference. Now, if you want to join the ACC, which they just fucking railroaded, they can't stand the Big Ten. They just fucking destroyed. They're destroying their relationship with the ACC now. There's no way in fucking hell they're coming in the SEC.
They're always going to be independent.
Yeah, they're going to be independent, and that's fine. But you can go play with a group of five and let them play for that national championship because the big boys
Mm.
is about to take their ball and be like, "Do you want to get part of this? Then you need to sign the dotted line and join one of these
if Notre Dame
alliances."
wants to relive the dynasty days, they will do exactly that. They will fucking go fuck off with the group of five.
But
And they can dominate the group of five every year.
it's
And it still ain't
laughable.
gonna mean shit because it ain't the big four.
It's laughable right now in Indiana. Notre Dame is Indiana, and they're not Indiana.
Yeah.
That's the shit right there. That's where like when I was listening to Josh Pate and and Bussin' with the Boys,
Busting with the
and they were
boys,
talking
yeah.
about how the group of five should not be in this. I disagree with this because it could take any alumni to pump that money into that program to get a roster out there to compete. Because
See,
it's proving it right now with Indiana and Texas Tech.
and you know what? Like, look, the expectation is that, oh, these group of five schools are going to get murdered in the playoff. That's the way. It's going to happen. Um, when Tulane played USC, um,
In the
which
Cotton
New Year's
Bowl.
Bowl was the Cotton
In
Bowl?
Cotton
Cotton
Bowl.
Bowl.
When
Yeah.
Tulane played USC, did anybody really give Tulane a legitimate shot of winning that game?
No.
No.
Were they not playing against Heisman Trophy winner Caleb Williams?
Yeah, but I'll give you the fact on this one too. I'll go on that hand. I know what you're trying to go with, but on the other hand too is, do you think USC really wanted to play Tulane?
No.
Yeah, so they're play. They were not in the playoffs. They did not want to be there, and that's
No,
that's 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 one side of it. Now we're going to the playoff.
understood.
Now in the playoff standpoint of this, yeah, normally,
Bless you.
Thank you.
but I was just like, oh, I was like, damn, that was loud. But like on the basis of this, like, I don't expect James Madison to be very competitive with Oregon.
I know.
But the flip side is with Tulane is they played Ole Miss this season, so it's hard to beat a team twice in one season unless you're Texas Tech and BYU.
Yeah.
But that they have a shot more at Ole Miss just because the upheaval at Ole Miss, and they played them together, so they actually know. And then they're one of the
Winner
key cogs.
winner of that game. Winner of that game faces Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. You don't think Tulane has incentive of playing spoiler and then possibly playing in front of a hometown crowd in the Superdome?
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
I
I'll take
mean,
that bet. If Tulane beat Ole Miss, they might be playing their hometown, but they ain't gonna have the hometown crowd in that Superdome.
I mean,
Georgia will
granted,
be. black and that 2-1 would be black and red.
Yeah, but Georgia's been in the Sugar Bowl several times the last few years. You never know, stranger things could happen. But I mean, like, let's just look at how things played out in the playoff last season, especially with a lot of these teams that had the bye the first week.
Yeah,
All
The
teams in the
fact
bye
that
didn't
none of
win.
them won when it came time for them to play.
yeah,
So I mean, you never know when the right team gets hot at the right time,
yeah.
and you
They've
carry
been
things
out for a
over.
month.
I
They'll be out
mean,
for a month.
I,
That's a long
that's why,
time.
like, look, even though, like, on paper, these group of five teams are outmatched in these first round games. Once you get on the football field, any freaking thing can happen.
That's why they play the game.
so that's
Yeah.
why I was kind of rooting for Navy to win. I was hoping Navy would win the American because you put option football out there, anything could fucking go.
Yep.
And that's why like man, if you watch that Army Navy game Saturday, classic, instant classic.
I
So
need to. I need to
let me
see it.
ask you this.
It was
What
an
about
instant classic.
picking a Final Four and then picking an eventual national champion? Who do y'all see going through those brackets and then making it to the championship game?
I got Texas Tech. Let's go Texas Tech, Oregon. Well, let me see the brackets because I gotta.
Well, Texas Tech would play Oregon
Do
in the second
the
round
second round. Okay,
if that holds true.
so
Let's do
Final
this.
Four. This
Let's do
Final
this.
Four. Okay,
James Madison versus Oregon.
James Madison versus Oregon. You gotta go Oregon.
Okay. Alabama, Oklahoma.
Alabama.
Tulane, Ole Miss.
I, I want to say Tulane. I'm gonna say Tulane.
Miami, Texas Tech.
Ooh.
Miami, Texas A&M.
I'm sorry, Texas A&M. My bad.
Oh, I'm gonna go A&M.
So then that means Oregon versus Texas Tech.
We'll go. I'm gonna go Oregon. That's
Alabama,
my head, not my heart.
Alabama, Indiana.
Indiana. Although, damn, that's a good game.
Georgia, Tulane.
Georgia,
Ohio State, Texas A&M.
Ohio State.
Then you got it's Oregon versus Indiana.
Dang. Oh, Big
Rematch.
Ten, huh? Yeah. I'll go Indiana.
And then Georgia, Ohio State.
I'm gonna go Ohio State. Dang, all Big Ten?
So Ohio State versus
Versus
Indiana
Indiana.
rematch.
And then I'm gonna go Ohio State that time.
So Kevin got Ohio State.
I got Ohio State.
All right.
Back to back.
I'll give you my opinion on this. I see Oregon beating JMU. I see Ole Miss beating Tulane. As much as I would love to, it kills me to say this as a old school LSU fan. Um, as much as it kills me to want to see Tulane pull off an upset against another team I equally hate in Ole Miss, I think Ole Miss is going to have their number in Oxford.
Mhm.
I see Texas A&M beating Miami, although I think that game is going to be a lot closer than people think. And then Oklahoma, Alabama is the most interesting of all the matchups, just because they've already played each
Alrighty.
other.
Have
Uh,
a good one.
Oklahoma has won the last two. I don't see them winning a third. Alabama is going to pull off the upset in Norman. So that would give me Alabama against Indiana,
Mm-hmm.
Oregon, Texas Tech, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss. Georgia beats Ole Miss in the Sugar Bowl, mainly because everything went pitch perfect for Ole Miss in that first matchup against Georgia. They went 6 for 6 with touchdowns on their first 6 offensive possessions. And then Georgia got hot and Ole Miss couldn't score. I don't see Ole Miss being able to jump out to that kind of a start in the rematch. I think Georgia, much like they did against Alabama in the SEC championship, dominates it from start to finish. Ohio State has enough of the defensive firepower to match up with A&M. I think they end up winning that one. Give me Indiana over Alabama, and give me Oregon over Texas Tech. Final four, I think Georgia has enough on offense and a good enough defense where they can take it to Ohio State. Because, I mean, look, the first time that Ohio State was truly tested was in that game against Indiana, and they could barely put up enough offense to keep up. I'm going to take Georgia over Ohio State, and I'm going to take Indiana over Oregon. Now, it's tough to beat a team twice in a season. Indiana's defense, I think, is good enough to stop Oregon in their tracks yet again. So you got a national championship of Georgia and Indiana. Give me the Georgia Bulldogs to win the national championship and end the Cinderella story that is Indiana.
Okay.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
So now let's hear how it really is going to be. So Oregon's going to beat JMU. It's not going to be close. I think Oregon's going to come out with a passion because of the embarrassment they had last year in the playoffs. They know this. They don't want to relive this. Oregon will beat JMU. Alabama will beat Oklahoma just because Oklahoma can't find an offense. Now, if it's windy like the Oklahoma LSU game, things could be turned around. But I think Alabama is. I think they're more focused and they're more tunneled in this playoff run. Tulane Ole Miss. I hope a bomb bombs a fucking stadium and blow both of the fucking teams up. Except for the offensive staff for Ole Miss because all of them coming back home.
Yeah, I was about to say, man.
Ole Miss in that one. I think there's going to be different. Is what at least the coaching staff, the head coach at Ole Miss is the permanent coach. He's coaching. He has he's tunneled for that game. We don't know about Tulane because he's going back and forth to from here to Gainesville. I think Texas A&M will beat Miami handedly. I think Carson Beck's going to cost them the game. Just that I don't trust Carson Beck as much as I want to.
In big games, he's got
yeah.
a nasty habit of choking. So I mean,
So I'll take Texas A&M. In the second round, Oregon versus Texas Tech. I'm sorry. I think Oregon understands they don't want to be embarrassed. They're coming back. It's Revengeance Tour. It's like Taylor Swift getting broken up.
Mm.
It's going to be a banger. I think Oregon's going to win that game. Alabama, Indiana. Both of y'all have Indiana in the championship. I think they lose to Alabama. Or I think they lose to Alabama or Oklahoma. They're going to lose because I think the big time moment is going to get too big for them. I think all eyes on them. It's going to be the first time this is going to happen in the Rose Bowl. All this it's going to weather down. They'll be the one that gets that bye. They should not play the bye. This is the reason I hate buys. This is the reason why. It's being off too many times and being celebrated too much. Cignetti's got the coach of the year, Heisman Trophy, Mendoza. This and that.
Heisman Trophy?
Yeah.
yeah, that was Saturday, bro.
Yeah.
He already won?
Yeah.
Damn, I missed it.
Pavla came in second.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Ole Miss, Georgia. I think Georgia's focused. I think Georgia is, to me, the second best team in the country. I think it's Ohio State and then Georgia. Georgia will beat Ole Miss. Ohio State will beat Texas A&M. To have it where it will be Oregon, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. Oregon will beat Alabama, and I think Georgia will beat Ohio State to have the Oregon Georgia matchup.
Okay.
Go Ducks! Oregon will win that shit.
Oh.
Dude,
They
like
are pissed.
even though they're the fifth seed, Oregon's got the fourth best odds to win the national championship according to Vegas. So I mean,
The embarrassment of last year being number one
Yeah.
and then tanking it.
Yeah, because they were I would have picked them last year.
Oregon's that type of team. You need maybe this JMU game might be a struggle start. It might be like a slow start,
Mm-hmm.
but that type of offense you need to keep playing and keep getting that rhythm. And I think you just gonna go through. I think that's the team you got to worry about. Much as I hate they're
see,
gonna be another Big Ten winning a fucking championship, but I think that team is grinding. That's the team.
but to your point about them maybe starting sluggish against JMU, I think if I'm Dan Lanning, the message that I'm preaching all week in the build up to that game is what happened last year.
Yeah,
Meaning like, yeah, no, we are hitting the ground running and we are fucking focused on getting this right. And so no, I don't see a slow start
I
for
can see
Oregon.
I can see a little sluggish start because that type of offense you just got to get that little momentum built in, and the time off. I hate the time off. If it was for me, like I actually wrote down here, if I would have done the playoffs this year, I would have had 16 teams in, and no one had buys.
Yeah.
You start playing, and unfortunately, this out of 16, no ACC teams would have made it. Notre Dame wouldn't make it because hey, your conference champion did not make the fucking playoffs, and they're ranked in the fucking 30s. Let's talk about no one deserved to be in there. And if you play an ACC schedule, kind of like half-ass Notre Dame did, you do not belong in talks of playoffs.
Yeah, I think the ACC and their tiebreakers to decide who played in the conference championship, that is definitely something that we can discuss at a, on a future show, cuz that that did them a lot more harm than good. And even then, like, just the convolutedness of like, oh, these two ACC teams are playing each other, but this doesn't count as a conference game. It's like, how the fuck does that happen?
I say like
Like,
when the after off season, I want to do a show about um, realignment because I don't think it's adding more teams to conferences. I think it's about decreasing the teams in the conferences. I think
reshuffling.
not even reshuffle, decreasing. Like go to 10 teams in the conference.
Well, no, but what I mean is like, because I think it is inevitable that we are going to see um, a lot of these or we're going to see these big four conferences breaking away and doing their own thing separate from the NCAA. I
Oh,
mean,
you see
I kind of
four?
feel like
There's
the
only going to be
writing's on the
two.
wall.
There's only going to be
Well,
two.
no, I legit feel like the Big Ten and the SEC are going to be like,
That's the only two.
you're either on board with us or fuck off. And I feel like there's enough incentive there for the ACC and the Big 12 to get on board with it. But yeah, like I do feel like once you get to that point, you maybe do a divisional setup in the conferences again, because I know the conferences went away from that. But there's theoretically where you could have, like maybe 60 teams or whatever, however you divide that up with the four conferences. And it's like, okay, this group that's in the Big Ten, it's Division A, Division B. Some of these teams might get reshuffled over to the Big 12, and it's like Division A, Division B, et cetera, with SEC and so on. And it's like that's how you get like your 8 division champions and then conference champion, and then however.
Well,
But I do again, this is a topic for another
yeah,
show.
but like on top
But
of that, with that, it's the Big Ten and the SEC looking at 30 teams per conference. That there isn't going to be no ACC, there will be no Big 12. There's going to be just the Big Ten and the SEC, and divisional play would be the ultimate goal. But I think I think to include everybody, you have to go down to 10 team conferences and play a 9 game schedule to have an outright winner, and you win your conference, you're in the championship, you're in the playoffs, and have like 8 conferences or 16 conferences or whatever, and work that. I think less is more than more being more better to me, but we'll break that down. I have like a whole 50 notebooks of rewriting freaking conferences and divisions and everything. But any other stuff you guys want to talk about in sports?
Sports.
Kevin?
I was gonna
Best.
say this is a very college football centric show. We were talking about the Saints before
Yeah.
we got on air. I
Basketball.
think it's
No. I watched the
You watch the Pelicans game?
no, I watched the OKC, who's off to like a historic start, 24. They're like 24-2 now. They lost the other night to San Antonio, who looks really good. And that Victor Wembanyama, that guy, oh my God. I don't know, man. And Cooper Flag has scored 40 points last night, I think. 42 points. And the highest.
What school you went to?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know which school you went to?
He went to Duke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
guess what?
he's 19.
Fuck that. Let me tell you what's going to happen to Cooper Flag. He's going to be a nobody within 5 years because he went to Duke.
Okay.
Just like where's Zion?
Okay.
Where's Zion?
All right, man.
Where's Zion?
I will say this when
he'll
it comes
still
to
be
the
23.
Pelicans is that I do see some improvement. I've seen some improvement out of them the last few games. They
Out
just
of
got
who?
to still
Who?
keep getting better at closing games.
Who?
I think the young talent is there.
Who are you talking about?
Pelicans.
Oh,
fuck.
Okay. All right.
But look, Zion, they just, speaking of Duke, they just need to fucking move on from Zion because you've got good young players on the team. You need to fucking get rid of Zion. It's got to
You're
go.
Dallas, right?
Huh?
You're Dallas, right?
No, I'm not Dallas.
I thought you're a Mavs fan.
I mean, I am
Trade
a
him.
Mavs fan, but
Come on, we got
Trade Zion.
I'm a Spurs fan, so let's go. Like San Antonio, Dallas.
The Pelicans.
At this point, trade Zion for an orange Fanta and a bag of Skittles because that's worth more than the fucking shit that he does on the court. I'm sorry.
Man.
Like, fucker can't
That's
stay
tough.
healthy to save his goddamn life.
That's tough. A bag of Skittles? The full bag or a fun size?
I say trade him the free crayons.
And the orange Fanta?
Shit, if a team is willing to trade a full bag of Skittles, then fucking do it. Shit. I mean, like if they're only willing to give a fun size, I'd be like, look, let's see if we get like a.
Well, we need a soda too.
I'll take I'll take broken crayons from Chili's. Oh shit!
Now the youth, the young players do look good though, and they are promising. But they're young. Queen, I like that guy.
Dude, Queen is balling out right now.
I saw he did the triple double. I saw that. I only skim over the Pelicans. But yeah, I mean,
oh wow,
yeah.
The Pelicans got a center. Tough luck he has to go against Wemby for
yeah. He's 7'5".
Look,
7'5" with handles.
I might be born in New Orleans, but I grew up in San Antonio, so I'm a Spurs fan. I'm really happy with. In fact, we're playing against New York for the
NBA Cup.
Yeah, bullshit that is. That's stupid.
That's tonight. That's tonight. In fact,
stupid shit. Yeah, that's stupid shit.
A pointless mid-season tournament.
It
Woo.
Means nothing.
It's just fun.
It gives the players that already make a shit ton of money a bonus. Yay! Like,
and they put it in Vegas. They give Vegas some love. That's why.
I give you. Now they're talking about moving the NBA Cup out of Vegas, moving the final out of Vegas. They gotta put it up for bid like
Like
the
the Super,
CFP
like the
and
Super Bowl.
Oh Lord Jesus Christ. In other news that probably maybe not cross your path, the Winter Olympics is in, over less than 2 months, and the hockey arena in Milan is not finished yet. It's not ready for
well, shit.
competition,
Well, no,
and there is no plan B.
Milan,
This is going to be interesting.
Milan, Italy.
Yeah,
That's where it is, Italy.
yeah. Milan Cortina.
And they'll bring in that slave labor from Qatar or wherever from the Middle East and get that shit done.
Uh,
They'll ship somebody in.
That's kind of hard.
go find a fucking pond, set up some bleachers,
Yep.
freeze that shit, and just fucking play it outside. Who gives a fuck?
Set up some
Fucking
bleachers.
hockey.
Play it in.
But
Fucking
I think it's interesting that they haven't got this.
Wrigley.
And like I looked at the last pictures I looked, the shit's not even fucking like the seats are not even set yet. It's like this is.
if
Oh, and then you were talking about the Alamo Dome situation. The width of the ring is not in coordinates. It's smaller, and it's shorter. So they're playing the kids fucking.
They're gonna have it too small.
It's gonna be too small.
just look, if the NHL could have the Winter fucking Classic and have these games outdoors in freezing cold weather and whatnot, then they can fucking do that in Italy too.
Yeah.
Go play it on a mountainside somewhere. Shit.
I wish they incorporate the NHL to help make that the hockey tournament better, because they needed that, because that arena not finished. Who knows what's going to happen? There's no plan B. Maybe the Winter Olympics might be in the United States just for the hockey.
Just for the hockey.
Just for the hockey, maybe.
They could do it. They'll
That'd be awesome.
Dude, there's enough European countries that play fucking hockey that I'm sure they can find something over there. I mean, shit.
Yeah, they'll ship them
over.
off somewhere.
Get it over here, But let's see. Anything else? Anything else?
Sports.
That'll do it.
I'll leave it on this note. The Major League Baseball Hall of Fame is a sham.
Oh, we know that. We've been on that.
And then their second committee to correct the shams is even more of a sham. But that's a topic for another time.
We've always known that, though. When they didn't put Pete Rose in. I mean, just to go back.
Okay.
Pete Rose.
No. Pete Rose fucking gambled on baseball.
Yeah, but still.
There's a fucking rule that's in the fucking locker room. It's posted in the locker room.
Yeah, but still.
That's rule 1. Do not bet on the game of baseball. That's rule 1. We're talking about steroids.
Yeah, but he bet on his team to win.
No,
you don't. You can't bet on baseball at all.
You play.
Oh yeah, no. But he bet on his team to win. He wasn't throwing games. He was that confident his team was going to win.
You can't bet on baseball. But when Barry Bonds and all these players were taking the steroids, it was legal in baseball to do so.
Yeah, we know.
It was legal, and it got people back invested in baseball after the strikes of the mid-90s.
But when the crowd come over, then they turned over and fucked over the players, and then now you're banning them from Hall of Fame is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I agree.
Jeff Kent got in. How's that a slap in the face of fucking Barry Bonds? Your teammate gets in who shouldn't be sniffing the Hall of Fame.
I think Barry Bonds is a personal vendetta from the writers just because he was a dick.
Oh, Barry Bonds
and
Will Clark.
No, Will Clark's not a Hall of Famer. Barry Bonds.
Rafael Palmeiro.
No, we're talking about vendettas. It's Gary Sheffield, Barry Bonds, Albert Bell. Those are the three that the media hates. They were straight dicks to them to the writers. Yep. LSU Albert Bell was an asshole.
He went to LSU?
Albert Bell went to LSU.
Wow.
He was part of Skip Bartman's first College World Series teams.
I always forget that. Okay.
Yeah.
Too bad they didn't win the World Series. I wanted them to win with the Indians, Cleveland Indians. I wanted that team to
The
win.
Guardians. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Well,
Indians, Guardians
they
have
were.
never been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, well, no. I was just say the Indians, especially in the late '90s, like that friggin'
Mhm.
lineup that they had. Like
Yeah.
Jesus,
Oh,
dude.
Oral
Yeah.
Hershiser,
How do
Sandy
you not?
Allen, Sandy
They were
Allen.
just like the
Ooh.
Braves, though. I mean, like the Braves, freaking ridiculous pitching rotations.
Yeah.
Freaking all-star lineup can only muster one World Series ring in the '90s. Like
It's
crazy.
hard, man.
Jose Mesa.
Jose Mesa, the closer. Yeah. With that handlebar mustache.
Huh.
I could that team. Woo. But before we start getting on the try, that will be it for this episode. We will be back soon with another episode, probably getting closer to next year. We're gonna take time off for the holidays and everything. Not like we take more time off than
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, dude. Hey, look, New Year's resolution. New Year's resolution. We got to churn one of these out at least once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah.
Once a month, we can do that.
Let's strive for better. Once a month is our floor. We can do that.
We could.
Floor one, ceiling two.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
But we'll have more content coming out because after we get off this, we're recording another show for the Fat Banter podcast. Because stay tuned, watch that one because Kev here had an idea of rating Christmas movies, and that's what we're going to do on our next show.
Yeah.
So for Ramsey, Kevin, and Randy, we'll see you guys next year or the next show.
Deuces.